Yo, this is Deadman from Dagbuzz.com for your buzz for February 11th, 2009. This is Deadman's dog, and the reason we're both here and under the bright lights is because last night was the 133rd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. It concluded, and Stump, a Sussex Spaniel, one of your cousins, he's a cocker, but in the Spaniel family, he won Best in Show after being retired. A 10-year-old dog who almost died a few years ago. It was an amazing, inspiring victory. Probably coming to a movie theater near you sometime soon. Deadman's dog wouldn't be winning any Best in Show awards. He's not the brightest or the most well-behaved dog in the world, but he's cute, right? Look how cute he is. Okay, that's it. Okay, we're gonna turn on the lights and get serious in 1 second. Okay, go on. Okay, anyway, next story. Let's get serious. Thomas Friedman, today's New York Times, wrote a pretty interesting editorial regarding a bill the Senate passed a couple days ago that will restrict banks or other financial institutions receiving TARP government money, bailout money, from hiring immigrants who are here on those temporary work permits known as H-1B visas. I've talked in the past a good deal about anti-immigration and how I find that sentiment has been bubbling up in America, and how some particularly right-wing politicians have been stoking those fires, and people like Lou Dobbs. I find it despicable. And I think that we're going to find that it's also a very short-sighted view, because when this crisis passes and we are faced with what will be an enormous demographic shift where, frankly, our system is going to be overwhelmed by retiring baby boomers and the obligations that we're going to have to owe to make sure they are able to survive, we're going to find that our workforce is just not strong enough. We're going to basically find that we're going to need more immigrants, more people coming to this country, and doing jobs that need to be done. And this doesn't even start talking about the issue of the fact that this is what America is about. I mean, that is the beauty of America. That's been a key reason for its continued success and innovation and re-innovation. And I think it's one of the most beautiful things. And when I walk outside my apartment here in New York City, I run into people from all stripes, all ethnicities, all races, and it's a key component to this country's success. It's what we are, frankly. And again, normally I find it totally despicable when I hear this kind of anti-immigration rhetoric and America First type BS. However, in this particular case, I think it'd be foolhardy to expect that something like this wouldn't be a political inevitability, because frankly we are in a crisis, and we do have high unemployment. We have places like in Elkhart, Indiana, with 15% unemployment, and I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world that companies that are receiving taxpayer money are not allowed to hire non-American citizens. This is hopefully a temporary phenomenon, and that as this crisis abates and as those institutions no longer need to receive taxpayer money, they can hire the best and the brightest, and we can get back to doing what America does best, which is being the best melting pot in the world. But until then, I actually think that whether this is a wise strategy or not to pursue, it's inevitable, and it doesn't bother me nearly as much as it seems to bother Mr. Friedman. So that's that. The final story, which I found interesting today, is Michelle Obama. She's striking a pose in Vogue magazine. She's the second first lady to appear on the magazine's cover, and she's wearing a magenta silk sheath dress designed by Jason Wu. In the article, she talks about her fashion philosophy, and she says, I'm not going to pretend that I don't care about it, but I also have to be very practical. In the end, someone will always not like what you wear. People just have different tastes. Well, that's very true. Deadman is probably not the best source for fashion advice, but I have found Michelle Obama, some of her choices a bit questionable. Most notably that election night, remember that thing, the fire red dress that, I didn't particularly like it then, and I think in a couple of years it will look, it will not stand the test of time. But congratulations, Michelle, for making the cover model. You are a beautiful woman, and I did love your inaugural gown. So, anyway, that's it for the Buzz today. Talk to you soon.